YouTube? This is Vargas, and I am back again with part 3 of the haul that I got through Power Movies. I got finished recording episode 1 and 2, and I almost skipped these purchases. They are not, well, they're not DVDs, but they are movie related in a way. And among the few things I still continue to collect, other than movies, whenever I come across Hot Wheels Batmobiles, I pick them up. I have quite a few, not a lot, not all of them. I don't have like complete sets or anything, but I do, whenever I come across them, collect Batmobiles. And they released this new series. The first one I got of this new series, which are just repaints, was that purple. Did I even showcase that one? I think I did. A purple Arkham Asylum Batmobile. And they released a few more that I found anyway. This is a red version of the Batman classic TV series, but in a red paint. I have this one in a blue paint, more faithful to the actual TV show. And this is like a cartoonish Batmobile, but in red, all red. And I thought this looked pretty cool. And the other one I got is from the newest The Batman movie, the new Batmobile. The original version that I have is black. This is green. Some very, very weird color choices for these repaints. Like the purple Batmobile looks kind of like it did in the Schumacher Batmobiles. This red one is not accurate, but it looks kind of cool. And this green one also looks kind of cool, but it's just weird that they start doing these weird reprints to get insane people like me to buy them again. But it works. It works because I buy them. But I picked up those, and I think they're pretty cool. Picked up this 2-disc release of Rock'n'Rolla. If I remember correctly, this movie came out around the same time as Shoot 'Em Up. Some people say that Shoot 'Em Up is better than Rock'n'Rolla. I like both. I do like both of them. But this one, unfortunately, they started doing this where they would re-release movies as 2-disc sets. But it's just the same movie that they already released, and the second disc, instead of being special features, which is what I collect, was just the digital copy. And that kind of sucks. And that was the case with this one. This is just, the second disc is just the digital copy, and the first disc is the exact same movie, just with different box art. But this one has the slipcover, so I picked it up. Picked up this one with Nicole Kidman, Birthday Girl. I always confuse this movie with Femme Fatale that Rebecca Romijn Stamos did with, if I remember correctly, Antonio Banderas. But this is a very similar style. She's a femme fatale, and she uses her sexiness to get her way. But I don't know. I always confuse those two movies in my brain. I don't know why. Picked up this one in Blu-ray. Hopefully it's a martial arts movie or a martial arts crime movie. I'm not sure. But this is The Tiger Blade. So, based on the artwork and the title, I'm hoping it is a martial arts like action fest. But sometimes you don't know. You don't know if this is going to be a martial arts movie or a martial arts crime movie or just a Asian crime movie. It happens. And in that vein, I also picked up this one, which I'm also not sure if it's going to be a drama movie or a crime movie or a Asian thriller. It says it's from the director of Double Team, the Van Damme one, with Mickey Rourke and Dennis Rodman. And it also, if I can get the sticker, it says it's also from the director of Once Upon a Time in China, which is the Jet Li movie. So, I don't know if this is going to be it has gun shooting, so it might not have that much martial arts, but the movie is Time and Tide. And it looks to be like a crime Asian thriller. So, hopefully it has at least a little bit of martial arts. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Picked up this one. This is based on a very old comic book series called The Phantom. And The Phantom actually, after The Crow and Batman, studios would release movie adaptations of comic book characters. They had the Phantom with Billy Zane. They had the Shadow with Alec Baldwin. They had Barbed Wire with Pamela Anderson. They had Tank Girl, and the Phantom one was pretty good. But the Phantom is more magical based. It's more based on magic, and this thing looks to be more like sci-fi ish. This is the Phantom, but it has the black and purple color scheme. But it looks very sci-fi ish, like maybe a modern take. Which I don't know how to feel about this because the Phantom is magical based. There was even a cartoon, and he has this ring, and he calls upon the power of the Phantom, and it's very magical based. And this one again looks like a modern adaptation with some sci-fi elements. The costume doesn't look that good, but you don't rarely see that much Phantom related stuff. So I picked it up because I'm curious. I'm curious what that one's gonna be about. Another one for my never-ending Disney collection. This is a movie that I have, but I have the director's cut. I've been trying to look for the standard theatrical cut. And this is the standard theatrical cut of Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington. Has a bunch of special features, which is cool. Has the dreaded. Wait, this one doesn't have it. I guess only theatrical. I know I saw this thing saying it's based on a real event or something. But yeah, this is the theatrical release because I have the director's cut and I wanted the theatrical release, so I got it. For my wife loves the Bridget Jones movie, the first one, mostly because of Colin Firth. She really likes Colin Firth. Any movie that I find of him, I pick it up because my wife is in love because he played Mr. Darcy in one of the Jane Austen adaptations. So she's a big fan of him, and she loves Bridget Jones's Diary. Not a big fan of the second one, Edge of Madness, I think it's called. And we didn't get to see it at the theater, but we eventually did see Bridget Jones's Baby, and she kind of liked it. The only thing she didn't quite like is that they removed Hugh Grant and replaced him with Patrick Dempsey. And she was like, years later, and she's still not with Colin Firth. What the hell? But picked up for her Bridget Jones's Baby. I also bought for her a book about Bridget Jones that she hasn't read. Not, wanting to throw her under the bus, but she still hasn't read that book that I bought for her. But, now she has her Bridget Jones trilogy complete, so got that one for her. Picked up this one, another religious movie, He Knows My Name, with Jesus there on the cover. And it's about this girl that hears about Jesus and she wants to meet him. And then, one day she meets him. So, I don't know what this one's going to be about. Picked up this one, starring Steven Seagal, Contract to Kill. Now, the thing about collecting Steven Seagal movies is that they're laughably bad most of the time. Steven Seagal's face is in them for a while, and afterwards, it's just a stunt double, a body double, a voice double, because he can't even record his own audio. Everything around the movie sometimes is really good, but it's just like starring Steven Seagal, and it's sometimes just a glorified cameo. Nowhere near as good as his early movies. After Under Siege, it's like, what happened to him? But I wasn't planning on starting a Steven Seagal collection again. After Under Siege, I'm just missing. I can't remember if it's Marked for Death or Out for a Kill. I'm missing one of those early Seagal ones. But I found myself collecting movies and just laughing at how bad they were. And this is just the newest Steven Seagal movie. Also picked up this one. A lot of people have called this a nightmare of a movie. I didn't get to see this in the theater, but I was curious about seeing it. And then after it released, the reviews just started pouring in at how bad this movie is. And I have this thing Maybe I have to see a doctor about that one. But I have this thing where if a lot of people say that a movie is the worst movie ever made, I'm curious to see it. I want to see it for myself. I have to experience a bad movie for myself because a lot of people uh, don't even watch the movie. They just go by what other people say. Like, oh no, I heard that was the worst movie ever made. But did you see it? And I'm like, no, but I heard it was the worst movie ever made. Well, you can't really claim it's the worst movie ever made if you haven't seen it. And I'm the person that I have to see it. And again, I've mentioned this before. Sometimes, yes, people are 100% right. It's garbage. Sometimes there's something redeemable that other people might not enjoy, but I get a laugh at how bad it is, so it gets a pass. And that the movie in question is Cats, that CGI nightmare. And I have seen Cats. I didn't see it in the theater, but I did see it streaming. I think it's in HBO Max. And as soon as it popped in, I'm gonna watch this, and it's pretty bad. The CGI is very very weird. It's very off-putting. The effect that they use to make the people into cats, they could have used a bodysuit like they did in the Broadway play, and they would have looked better. But they relied on CGI. They didn't make it work. This is a movie that when it was released, it I think it's the first movie in history that I know of that needed a patch to fix the special effects because the special effects weren't finished. They were so gun ho to release this thing that they didn't finish the special effects. You could see people's human hands, and then with the patch, it was CGI cat hands. But this is, by all counts, a mess of a movie. It's pretty bad, but it's, again, for me, it's one of those movies that I enjoyed watching it, not because it's good, because of how bad it is. It's like just watching these actors go through these weird things, like Rebel Wilson just being bizarre, and Ian McKellen drinking out of a bowl, and it's just weird. But it's the kind of movie that you have to show people and just see their reaction. And I can't really. If you're a movie lover, maybe you understand what or a movie collector, maybe you understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, this movie is. It really does have to be seen to be believed. It is not the worst movie ever made. I've seen much worse. But it's not good, but it's just batshit insane enough to merit a watch. So if you haven't seen it, don't go buy the reviews. Watch it. Make up your own mind whether or not you think it's bad, but watch it. Picked up this one starring Bruce Willis, Out of Death. Unfortunately, I thought Bruce Willis was getting lazy and following the footsteps of Steven Seagal. Unfortunately, it was even worse. It turns out he has a very debilitating illness that forced him to do those small-time roles, and his acting suffered because of it. And yeah, I actually felt really bad because I got for a while there mad, but why is Bruce Willis following Steven Seagal's formula of just appearing in a glorified cameo in these movies? Like, why? And then the news came out of his illness, and I'm like, oh, that's why. That's worse. I actually feel bad, but yeah, these late Bruce Willis movies are not good because of that. But yeah, I still like collecting Bruce Willis, and picked up this one, which I haven't seen. And this one I picked up a bonus disc. I'm surprised this is not Walmart. Maybe it is. It doesn't say it's Walmart exclusive. For a while there, Walmart at least started packaging DVD releases with an exclusive bonus disc. Sorry about that. And I have a few bonus discs here and there. I have an X-Men one. I have a Hot Fuzz one. I have a Omen one. And now I have a Die Hard 4.1 bonus disc. I don't know if the special features in this one have been ported over to the Blu-ray. I know the DVD that I have for Die Hard 4 or Live Free and Die Hard doesn't have these two special features. But again, as a collector and a lover of special features, I like getting this kind of stuff. It's not everyone's jam, but it is my jam, and I'm all for collecting these type of bonus discs. So yeah, that was this haul video. A little mixed here and there. Picked up a few blind buys, and picked up a couple of movies that I've seen. Of everything that I picked up that I'm going to recommend in this video, I'm going to recommend Cats. It's a weird recommendation, I know. Especially, but don't go by the reviews. It's not good. I will admit it's not good. The CGI is god awful, but it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it's a spectacle, and it's something that you really do have to see at least once in your life, either to be taken aback at how bad everything looks, but also just see the madness that this is. I don't know if this was the intention of making a movie that's just batshit insane. But it's something to watch. Definitely, I would recommend watching this and making up your own mind whether or not you think it's really that bad. So, one more video to go, guys. So please stay tuned for that. If you would like, or be so kind to leave a comment, a like, or a subscription, greatly appreciate it. But I will see you in the next video.